Et puis c'est là que je suis arrivé à la conscience civique.
Emmanuel Macron, a leading contender for the French presidency, at the launch of his new political party last year in Amiens, a small city in northern France where he was born and raised. He left at age 16 to attend elite schools in Paris, and since then, the region has changed fundamentally. Factory after factory has closed, leaving workers furious at French President François Hollande and members of his government, including Macron. The most recent threat, the American appliance maker Whirlpool Corp. announced this year it would shut a clothes dryer plant in Amiens and move its production to Poland. Fearing Whirlpool would shut the plant, workers wrote a letter to Macron in 2015.
Et on a donc demandé à Emmanuel Macron d'intervenir dans ce dossier puisqu'il était ministre de l'économie. On ne l'a jamais vu.
A Macron spokeswoman declined to comment. Macron has urged Whirlpool to find a buyer for the plant so the workers don't lose their jobs. Other closures have hit Amiens recently.
A few years ago, the car part of this Goodyear tire factory would have been packed with cars of workers coming to work. Now it is closed and more than 1,000 people have lost their jobs. At the start of his presidency, François Hollande claimed that there was still a chance that the plant could be saved. Instead, a few years later, it was shut, with all the workers losing their jobs.
Goodyear's closure in 2015 followed a tumultuous battle with management, and workers at Whirlpool haven't forgotten.
Nous, la réalité, c'est moins de 1 500 € par mois. Donc forcément, on en a marre.
Je veux juste dire un truc. J'ai entendu Fred parler de politique. À l'époque où Hollande s'est présenté au présidentiel, il est venu sur le parking de Goodyear en disant « Vous en faites pas, quand je passerai président de la République, je ferai ma
Florange, tout ça.
Il est passé président et Goodyear a fermé.
Mr. Hollande told the Goodyear workers that companies shouldn't be allowed to close factories simply to boost profits. Workers around Amiens widely interpreted that as a pledge to save the plant. The industrial decline around Amiens is fueling the rise of parties outside the historical mainstream of French politics, mainly the far-right National Front and its leader Marine Le Pen. She's pledging to take France out of the European Union. Le Pen also wants to impose a 35% tax at the French border on imports from companies that have moved factories out of France. Yves Dupuis, a National Front member on the Amiens City Council, says her message is resonating with voters who previously backed leftist politicians.
On va en récupérer pas mal. Parce que effectivement, le quinquennat de Hollande, qui était soi-disant de gauche, a beaucoup déçu ces gens-là, qui ont cru ce qu'il avait promis et qui ont été vraiment désenchantés. Et donc, comme ils ont vécu et la droite, et la gauche, et la gauche, et la droite, maintenant, ce qui reste à essayer, c'est nous.
Laurence David Moalik, a Macron campaign official in the region, says the EU needs to be reformed to prevent companies like Whirlpool from exploiting lower labor costs in Eastern Europe.
Le but, c'est de faire en sorte que dans cette Europe, nous arrêtions de nous faire de la concurrence déloyale, ce qu'on appelle du dumping, purement et simplement. Donc sur le plan européen, nous avons un gros travail à mener.
But for many workers at Whirlpool and throughout the region, Macron's message isn't getting through.
La France, elle va mal. Donc, pour moi, on ne peut pas continuer comme ça. Pour l'instant, c'est Marine Le Pen.